The movie theater, a place of joy, a place of pure bliss where anyone and everyone can enjoy the highest form of art there is. Sadly, this heavenly place is under attack, more so now than ever, and due to this, a comprehensive course on proper movie theater etiquette is needed. In my nature, I've come to the rescue. That seems pretty stable. Oh, hello there! My name is WillFoxification, and I'm your instructor for Movie Theater Etiquette 101. You're probably enrolled in this course for a reason, and I'm going to do my best to teach you how to be the highest quality moviegoer you can possibly be. It won't be easy, but let's start by finding some common ground. God damn this piece of shit microwave. Have you ever gone to the movie theater and been the victim of someone who just refused to shut the f up? Have you yourself ever annoyed the holy hell out of everyone nearby in your local movie theater? Regardless of which side you're on, this course will lead you down the path of a quality moviegoer. You made the right choice enrolling in this course. Let's start off with some rules that, when followed, will help you become a better moviegoer and ultimately a better citizen. Number 1, a quality moviegoer always arrives early or punctually at the very least. There are too many people out there that show up late to the movies and distract others around them. Now, a few minutes here or there, while not ideal for the quality moviegoer, is not the end of the world. But in many cases, people will, for whatever reason, show up late to the theater, loudly walk in and distract everyone around them, and then squeeze their way through the aisles, pissing off everyone even more in the process. This is especially frustrating when the theater is jam-packed for the newest blockbuster film, and then a group of 4 shows up late and then walks around the theater for 5 minutes, desperately trying to find a way to not have to split up. This more often than not happens during the time in which trailers are shown, but it's incredibly distracting nonetheless. Just don't do it. Rule number 2 is really one that should be painfully obvious, and that rule is no talking. There's 4 different types of annoying moviegoers that talk during films, and if you find yourself in one of those 4 categories, you need to play this card on yourself. If your friends fall into one of those 4 categories, do not be afraid to play this card on them. They deserve it. The first type of annoying moviegoer is the obnoxious couple. This couple, often teenage or in their early 20s, is best known for their inability to do something that was introduced at the very beginning of this lecture, and that's shutting the f up. Shutting the f up is quite hard for this couple because more often than not, they are on a date, often a first date. Instead of going out to dinner or heading to the local mini golf course, this couple instead elects to head to the movie theater and constantly chats back and forth in a desperate attempt to impress one another. Please bow your heads as I read a passage from the Movie Theater Etiquette Bible on this matter. Boxification 26:14 states, "Setting course for the movie theater with a person of romantic interest, especially if that course includes an introductory process, is not the way of the movie lords. If those factors remain true, thou shalt rather head to the local mini golf course or Panera Bread." If you're on a date for the first time or the bajillionth time, if you head to a movie theater, make sure you are there to enjoy the film and not to impress a person of romantic interest. Otherwise, you will surely piss off everyone around you as you attempt to escape the friend zone, aka the shadow realm. Another annoying type of moviegoer you have probably encountered in your lifetime is the elderly folk, aka senior citizens, who don't realize how loud they are. Let's take a look at these fascinating creatures in a little more detail, in the hopes that we can understand what makes them engage in such destructive behavior. And again, if you find yourself in this category, take a long, hard look in the mirror and reconsider how you're choosing to conduct yourself in a public setting. The senior citizen crowd, while generally pleasant and relaxed moviegoers, contains a segment of bad apples that spoil the bunch. More than likely, these groups of senior citizens orchestrate a hangout with a friend they haven't seen for a while at their local movie theater. Those friends then proceed to consistently make old school remarks like, "Oh golly, that man is crazy," throughout the viewing experience. If you take a look at the nearby innocent bystanders, you will certainly notice their facial expression turn from a look of happiness and glee to a look of sadness and frustration. Do not be afraid to call these elderly moviegoers on their shit. They may be old, but their brittle bones can handle some checking of their privilege every now and then. Just because they paid a cheaper price for their ticket does not give them the right to annoy everyone around them with constant chatter. Leaving your hearing aid at home is not a valid excuse. Let's look for solace in the Bible of our movie lords. Austin 3:16 says, "You want mercy? Take your ass to church." Amen. Anyway, let's transition to the next group in which you never want to find yourself. This group is referred to as the parents who won't control their goddamn kids. These parents will often head to the theater with one or more young children, typically ranging from ages 4 to 12, that are just wreaking havoc on the entire viewing process by doing what young children do to a seemingly indifferent parent or parents. This includes behaviors such as clapping, running through the aisles, yelling things at the screen, laughing incredibly loudly and obnoxiously, and other similar behaviors that throw everyone else in the theater into a fit of internal rage. If you are a parent and you plan on taking children to the theater with you, it is your obligation to make sure those children conduct themselves properly and do not diminish the experience of others around you. For insight into this matter, let's consult the Movie Theater Etiquette Bible. Seuss 2049. I do not like wild children in the theater. It looks like when men simply wear a beater. Parents that let their children run wild are parents that in the theater are considered quite vile. Wise words indeed. The fourth and final annoying moviegoer is the group of friends, usually 3 or more, who all value cracking jokes and showing off for one another over the experience that the film offers. This group is very similar to the aforementioned obnoxious couple, but the group of friends are not romantic by nature. This group is more often than not a group of 3 to 5 young men or young women who decide to go see a movie last minute, walk in late, and then proceed to constantly crack jokes with the occasional yelling at the screen in a desperate attempt to impress their friends. If you at any point feel the sudden urge to chatter with your friends, or God forbid yell something out loud, take a moment to reflect and ask yourself, is this a total dick move? If so, do not do that thing, unless you want to be recognized by your peers as a total dick. Your friend's encouragement is not a sign of a job well done, it's a sign of failure and thus shame. On the matter of groups talking in movie theaters, we look to Jabroni 259. The Rock thinks you can suck on a monkey's nipple. Amen. Let's transition away from the 4 major categories of annoying moviegoers and back into the realm of the proper movie theater etiquette lifestyle. Rule number 3, do not be afraid to call other moviegoers on their poor etiquette when it is distracting you and therefore diminishing your experience. Too many moviegoers experience diminished returns on their ticket investment due to a bunch of obnoxious asshats that are hell-bent on dragging everyone around them down to their level. Well, I tell you on this day, do not merely accept the will of these asshats, call them on their For those scared of this act, we look into Johnny 147. You're just a little chicken, cheep, 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 cheep. If you're experiencing behaviors that are of the poor movie theater etiquette lifestyle, politely turn to the culprits and say, hello fellow movie lover, would you mind shutting the up? You are annoying the ever-loving shit out of me, you goddamn turd sandwich. Thank you and good day. If this polite approach does not work, head to your nearest theater representative and make them aware of the issue. They will likely do jack shit about it, but it's worth a shot. And finally, we transition to our 4th and final rule of this introductory course. Rule number 4 of proper movie theater etiquette is to never eat and drink your expensive movie theater treats loudly and obnoxiously. Too many moviegoers elect to pay $15 to $20 on top of their ticket price for popcorn and a drink, and then ferociously chew that popcorn and slurp that drink as if they have not received nourishment in days. Regardless of how good that buttery popcorn tastes and that newest cavity feels, do not fall into the trap of believing that your newly acquired treats will lead to some sort of grand revelation. A quality moviegoer enjoys their treats with minimal noise or sneaks them in altogether to avoid exorbitant prices. And a bonus! It's your lucky day, moviegoer. You've been given access to extra content. The 5th rule of proper movie theater etiquette is no texting or browsing on your phone. Not much is as frustrating as someone who refuses to put their motherfucking phone down because they can't focus on anything else for 5 goddamn seconds. This behavior that is indicative of poor movie theater etiquette is made all the worse when the person has not lowered the brightness on their phone all the way down to the bare minimum. Engaging in such immature behavior is not the way of the trained moviegoer. Even during trailers, phones should only be used in the case of an emergency. Your side chick can wait. As we conclude this lesson on movie theater etiquette, I want to challenge you to be a better moviegoer. By following the rules laid out in this video and avoiding behaviors that fall under one of the big 4 terrible categories, you too can become a quality moviegoer. Remember, your decisions affect others who purchase a ticket to the film as well. Engaging in destructive destructive movie theater behaviors are sins of a high order. In closing, we look to Mr. T, 732. I pity the fool who acts a fool in the movie theater. Thank you and good night. This has been a WillFoxification lecture. For more videos, click the links below and make sure to subscribe for more content. Good day.